Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another short video on a vintage Pachinko machine that I've just finished restoring. If this is your first video that you're watching, I do make these fairly often. If you'd like to see them, please click on the subscribe button down below. And certainly if you haven't been to the website, magicpachinkorestorations.com is now up and running. All the video links are there. The instructional videos, pictures of the machines I've restored, questions, facts, how to do this, how to do that, all sorts of good information. So certainly encourage you to go there. This particular machine is very, not unique, but a very cool machine. This is a customer's restoration, so it's not for sale. This is a Nishijin machine. This is a Model A single shot. These were pretty popular in the late 60s, going into the real early 70s. If you notice, there's no center feed tray on this. It's all fed with a single ball that goes in right here. So this was a full restoration, including the playfield. This playfield was very, very stained and faded, and we had a custom one made. Not a custom one in the sense it was an original copy of the original, but it came out really nice, and the colors just pop on this. And there's the back behind these prismatic plastic pieces. Although the colors have faded, there's colored paper back here, and it pops pretty nicely also now that it's all cleaned up. This was aluminum. This all brushed up real well, and then I tried an experiment where I flooded this area with white paint. It had a color behind it originally. I flooded it with white paint, and after the white paint dried, then I went in and sanded the top of the aluminum to get the relief set. So that came out, I think it came out pretty nice. So again, with all my full restorations, everything comes off the machine, everything gets dealt with, the nails get tumbled and then reset on the board, everything, I re-silvered the pay pockets and the attractions. This machine is kind of, I guess this was the same with all the Model A's, which is weird. Model A, you can only feed one ball in at a time, but I guess people that played the machines could do it pretty quickly. But with this machine, if two balls came down to the seesaw at the same time, if the machine was set in a certain way, then one would pay out, and the other one would come up into this area here and queue up. So this area could get, I believe, 3 balls in here. And then if a fourth one came in, it would overflow, drop down through here, and go back onto the launch ramp so that you could play it again. When you were done playing, if you had balls queued up in here, then you would push down on this lever, and it would pop the ball out of the queue onto the seesaw and pay out. So if you had 3 or 4 in there, every time you hit this, it would give you a payout. And that is actually set up to work right now, but there's a brass piece that goes in there, and if you put the brass piece in, then it will not allow this to function. Unfortunately, on a single ball, these are hard to win. It doesn't pay out a whole heck of a lot because you have to. It's a slow process to launch the ball and then shoot. And there's only one tulip. Everything else is pay pockets. They're a little bit tougher to get the ball into. So let's turn it around and show you the back. Show you how to set it up. As with all of my restorations, I check all the wiring. The wiring on this was horrible. Every solder joint I touched just fell apart, but that's all fixed. And a 12-volt, just plug it into the wall power supply. I'll plug that in now, and what you'll see is this light here. This is your ball out light. Comes on and stays on. It's controlled by this switch here. So when this has enough balls in it, it takes the pressure off that leaf switch. When it's in that position, the light is on. So if you ever see the red light, it tells you you need to put more pachinko balls in here. So this is a recycler. This machine pretty much sustains itself, which is kind of nice. So we take a handful of balls. Well, before I tell you that, over here, a little probably hard to see, but right here, there's two pieces of brass with springs, and you need to make sure that they're close together like this. Okay, there's actually, oh, not on this machine. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the ball dump mechanism. If you push down on this, it will open the gate and let all of the balls that are in the machine funnel out and come out right here. So that's how you would empty the machine. But normally on when you're playing, you want to make sure that these are closed so that the balls will cue at the end of the jackpot chamber there. So we'll put a handful of balls in. So the balls run out of the hopper down through here, come down through this and start to fill the recycle hopper. And the way that this is set up is that this mechanism here will allow balls to travel down into the recycle tray until weight shifts are made, and then this gets pushed up and stops the balls. So as this tray empties with payouts, then this would open and allow more balls to drop in. So occasionally while you're playing, you'll hear that noise of balls dropping into the middle tray. So right now there's balls here, there's balls here. You get the weight shift there. Okay. So everything is full. There's balls right to the end of the seesaw right here, or the jackpot. The seesaw is back here. Okay. All right. So this is all ready to go. So what will happen is any winning ball will come inside of this plastic, run down this ramp to the seesaw, which is this red piece. The red piece would then tip like that, and it will light the light saying you have a prize. And when it tips, the ball goes down through here and will push up on the arm and allow the balls to drop out of here and go out the front of the machine. So you won't see that because I want to turn it around, but that's the way it works. Okay? So let's get this turned around. So you can see in here, you can see the jackpot chamber in here, and you can see the 14 balls that are in there ready to go. So there's a little chrome door right here that will lift up out of the way when there's enough pachinko balls in the machine. And that's, again, it's by a weight transfer. So if you start to run out of balls and the red light comes on, then this little chrome door is going to come down and you won't be able to feed a ball into the machine. So that's your cue to put more balls in the machine. So the way that you play is you simply take a pachinko ball, drop it in the hole, it drops down onto the launch ramp, you pull back on the launch hammer, and let it go. And that's how you play a single shot. So we'll run a few balls through it, see if we can get a win. Again, as I said, this is a tough machine to win because of the pay pockets. Now what's happening is, okay, the balls that are not winning go through what's called the drain hole, and they go back into that recycling tray. So they just keep getting reused over and over again. There we go. Okay, so it went in there, and then internally it ran over and opened up the tulip, and it turned the light on in the center attraction. It dumped the 14 balls out down into this tray. So that's the way you'll get a win. Now the tulip is open, has now become a bigger target and easier to see. So that's how she works. It's a pretty machine. Hope you and your dad will enjoy it for many years to come. Thanks a lot.